This is Optimal Relationships Daily. Preparing for Baby: How We Cut Down on Our Medical Bills by Amanda Brownlow of hellobrownlow.com. Having a baby is super expensive. For us, the expense wasn't buying the things that little guy would need. It was the enormous medical bills that came after our hospital stays. You have 9 months to prepare for this. Do you have a savings game plan? There are loads of ways to save money each month. But where you put that money is a different story entirely. When we found out we were pregnant in August of 2017, we immediately changed our spending habits. We went from spending $4,300 a month, fixed bills and mortgage and variable expenses, to spending $3,300 or less. That number is even still a bit inflated because we used that money we had already set aside for updating our kitchen. If we hadn't redone our kitchen, the new spending amount would be even lower. We did a no-spend month, and every month after that we cut out everything that wasn't necessary. No eating out, no shopping, no unnecessary spending. We increased our HSA contributions to max it out for 2 separate years. We adjusted our 401ks to have less go into our checking account each month. We also set up an online savings account with Ally, which has one of the highest interest rates on savings accounts out there. We packed away so much money from September to March, every extra penny we put into our savings account. But before we even saw a dime hit our checking account on payday, we optimized our HSA. Optimizing the HSA. A health savings account can be used to set aside money for medical-related expenses. You can reimburse yourself, remember to save the receipts, or you can use your HSA debit card to directly pay for the expense. All the money that you put into your HSA is not taxed. We had a small amount, $150 to $300, deducted from my paycheck every 2 weeks. We maxed it out for 2017, and we also maxed it out for 2018. You can visit healthcare.gov for the specifics of the HSA, because I'm not a tax professional. With putting money into our HSA pre-tax, it reduced our overall taxes that were taken out of each paycheck. Less taxable income equals more dollars in our account. There are so many tax hacks out there that it can be overwhelming. Insurance customer service will be your best friend. We reviewed our coverage with a call to our insurance. Blue Cross and Blue Shield has really super customer service and was able to answer all of my anxious first-time mother questions. They told me the cost of everything and what exactly they would cover. For the birth of my child without complications or a C-section, the cost was $1,030 out of pocket. My OB's office made us pay up front by the time I was 20 weeks along. Luckily, I was 20 weeks in December, so we had that amount in our HSA. With all of the costs jotted down, I went through my pregnancy without a hitch. That is until week 32, when I started to severely swell and was eventually put on bed rest. There's nothing that can prepare a first-time mom for an emergency C-section, and a stint in the NICU for your baby. I gave birth to little guy at 35 weeks. While in the hospital, I called my insurance company to see what had come through to them from the hospital. I made sure that all of my charges would go through first to hit my max out of pocket, and then for my son. Following up with your insurance company. After little guy and I came home, the bills started rolling in. I made sure to follow up with the insurance company and the hospital billing department every single time. Does it sound excessive? I could have been charged hundreds of dollars more if I wasn't diligent in checking how every charge was coded. I wasn't afraid to ask what a specific charge was or where it came from. Everyone I spoke with was very kind in explaining what charges were or even correcting them for me. If your hospital asks that you prepay for your epidural, and you either don't use it or your hospital charges less for the injection, you will also need to follow up with the company you prepaid through. I saw the discrepancy on my bill, and I called the company I paid through. I got a refund of a little less than $18. Financial aid. Even though I had some charges corrected, and we had money stashed away in our HSA, our bill was still rather large. It was in the ballpark of $7,800 for the both of us after insurance. It would have been in the $60,000 realm if I didn't have insurance. Yes, I could have paid it outright, but I didn't want to. I applied for financial aid. The worst that could happen is that they would tell me no, and the hospital did just that. They told me no. It was exactly what I expected, but then came a shining light. I settled with the hospital. The billing department that had declined my application for financial aid reached out to me after the decline letter had been sent to see if I would settle and pay in full. They offered $3,800 off my bill. You better believe that I was ready to hand over my HSA card number. Then I thought about all of the credit card points I could earn with that high of a charge, and I paid with that instead. I reimbursed my credit card with my HSA money to pay my credit card bill in full. To reimburse yourself through your HSA, you will need to keep all of your receipts. In the end, we paid about $5,000 for my week in the hospital, the C-section, and little guy's 5 days in the NICU. It could have been much more expensive, like $4,000 or more, if we hadn't diligently planned and followed up with our insurance company and hospital department. You just listened to the post titled, Preparing for Baby, How We Cut Down Our Medical Bills, by Amanda Brownlow of HelloBrownlow.com. And a big thank you to Amanda for this post. Incredibly helpful and relieving for any parents to be, I'm sure. I'll deviate from my usual commentary this time and remind all of you to check out another show in our network called Optimal Finance Daily. A lot of today's author, Amanda's work, will be showing up over there. And the host, Diana, reads from so many different articles that walk you through how to save in financially pressing situations, just like today's article did. It's really not a show that's like just for those who are into making big bucks or focused on stock market trends. It's designed to help anyone generate better financial health, because none of us are immune to these big expenditures. Again, like in today's article, having a baby. And needless to say, this is important stuff for relationship enthusiasts. Not only do some of the articles pertain to how to save for weddings and things like that, but certainly your relationships or family's health is affected by how your money is being handled. And you can expect a lot of really useful and relatable content, like today's, to show up over there. So don't sleep on that, everybody. It's time to get going for now, though. Have a marvelous rest of your Thursday, and know that I will be back tomorrow with another one for the parents out there. I hope you'll tune in for that, where your optimal life awaits.